Hello, dear Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to the Purple Feather Tarot channel. Sagittarius, we are going to analyze your current energies so that you can make the most of them and see the situation from a new perspective. As you know, this is a general reading, so take what resonates best with you, but it applies to all people with Sun, Moon, or Venus in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on notifications so we can let you know when we upload new videos and you'll be the first to enjoy them. If you'd like, you can share, like, or leave a comment on this video. Alright, Sagittarius, now I'm going to share a message with you. Starting with the 8 of Swords, followed by the 9 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. And who is the king in this situation? We see the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of swords in this spread, which means there's a great deal on your mind. Let's take a look. What is Sagittarius thinking about? I feel there's something here that you simply cannot stop thinking about. It's like your mind keeps going over the same situation repeatedly, questioning how it all happened, trying to make sense of it from every possible angle. Perhaps at first, nothing made sense, and there was confusion. You might be saying to yourself, I need to make a decision, yet I still don't know what choice to make. There's a lingering sense of limitation or restriction, something that prevents you from taking action right away. This energy suggests that it may be wise to pause and give yourself the time you need before committing to any major decisions. The decision will come eventually. You have the Knight of Swords here, and he brings movement, clarity, and swift action. But before that happens, it's important to reflect and understand what truly occurred. The only additional card we have that offers grounding is the Queen of Pentacles, which may indicate that this situation relates to finances, career matters, or your physical security. It could also be connected to a maternal figure, your home, or something in your life that represents stability and comfort. Perhaps you've been considering a move, thinking about changing jobs, or reevaluating how you manage your money. Whatever it is, there are pressing concerns circling in your mind right now, asking to be addressed. Jupiter is currently in Gemini, along with Mars, and this astrological placement emphasizes mental activity. Gemini rules your thoughts, your inner dialogue, and right now your mind feels tense, as though it's overloaded. You may feel an urgent need to communicate, to speak your truth, to write things down, or to structure your thoughts into a plan or strategy that helps you move forward. From what I see, this is the beginning of a mental shift. This energy is calling you to release an outdated mindset, to let go of the beliefs that no longer support you. It's time to stop clinging to old ideas about how your life should look, what your ideal job should be, or how abundance should flow into your life. Perhaps you've inherited ways of thinking about money or self-worth that need to evolve. Holding on to outdated thought patterns creates more and more limitations. The act of clinging itself begins to shape those limitations, building invisible walls that make it harder to see clearly. What stands out to me is that the restriction you're feeling is mostly internal. It may be causing worry or anxiety, but this is not the time to dwell on past regrets or question what might have been. Instead, allow yourself to relax. Give yourself permission to breathe, to unplug from the noise, to slow down and reset. In this quiet space, a truth will be revealed. A decision will be made. You'll find the clarity you seek. But first, take this moment to rest and to consciously begin crafting a new plan, a new strategy that aligns with who you are becoming. This new plan does not need to be perfect from the beginning. It simply needs to come from a place of truth, a place where you are honest with yourself about what you need, what you value, and what no longer serves you. Sometimes, we hold ourselves back because we think we must have everything figured out before taking the first step. But the truth is, clarity often comes through movement. Each small action you take towards self-understanding, even if uncertain, helps dissolve the fog. This is especially true now, with so many swords in your reading, showing that your thoughts may be dominating your energy field. It's important to remember that thoughts are not always facts. Not everything the mind repeats is the truth. The mental tension you're feeling may stem from fear, or from a desire to control what cannot be controlled. That's why grounding yourself is essential. Return to your breath, return to your body, connect with nature if possible. The Queen of Pentacles reminds you that safety and peace begin from within, not from the circumstances outside you. If you're facing decisions about money, work, or home life, remember to weigh your choices not just based on practicality but also on what feels nourishing. Does this path support your well-being? Does it offer room for growth, peace, and fulfillment? These are the deeper questions to ask yourself now. And if you've been feeling pressured to choose quickly, give yourself permission to slow down. Wisdom often arrives in stillness. The Knight of Swords may be urging you to act soon, but that doesn't mean rushing. It means preparing your mind to act with clarity, not panic. You may also find that journaling your thoughts, speaking with someone you trust, or even meditating can bring profound insights. There is something your soul has been trying to say, but it's hard to hear through the noise of stress or self-doubt. Listen gently. The answers are already within you, waiting to be discovered when you feel safe enough to listen. There is a powerful transformation unfolding, not in your external world just yet, but in the landscape of your mind. Once that shift is complete, you will begin to see everything around you through a new lens. Remember, you are not trapped. Even if the Eight of Swords makes it feel that way, the walls around you are only made of thought. With intention and patience, you can gently remove each one and walk forward freely. The future isn't something to fear, it's something to co-create. And you, Sagittarius, have everything within you to begin this next chapter with confidence and grace. Let's take a closer look and see what else the cards have to reveal. Perhaps a major arcana will appear to guide us more clearly and help us understand the direction this reading is taking. Sagittarius, this is your current energy and what's available to you now. We have the Two of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Magician, and the Princess of Pentacles. This is interesting. Pay attention, because the situation we spoke about earlier, the overthinking, the mental restriction, the confusion could be closely linked to someone significant. The presence of the Two of Cups indicates a connection, a person with whom you may share deep chemistry, someone who speaks your language, who attracts you both emotionally and intellectually. It could be someone new, someone who unexpectedly entered your life and sparked a powerful connection. However, I see that there is a pause, a moment of hesitation. This doesn't necessarily mean that this person isn't right for you, but rather that your mind might be carrying some emotional weight that needs to be released. It could be rooted in fear, old beliefs, unresolved guilt, or even obsessive thoughts. The energy here is inviting you to take your time, to observe the situation from a fresh perspective. Begin to ask yourself how you truly feel. The Hanged Man appears here as a reminder that stepping back and reflecting is not a weakness, it's an act of inner wisdom. You're being encouraged to let go of mental tension and allow yourself to reconnect with your emotions. If you've been single for a long time and had no plans to enter a relationship, this person may have arrived out of nowhere, shaking things up. This surprise can trigger anxiety, even nervousness. Suddenly, you're faced with questions: do I move forward? Do I engage with this connection, or pull back? That's why you might find yourself examining everything carefully: the connection, your own feelings, your boundaries, and the direction this might take. It's a good moment to meditate on what you're experiencing. This person may challenge you in ways that feel unfamiliar. The connection could be intense but also confronting. Perhaps they're awakening something in you that goes beyond attraction. They might be challenging your belief systems, your ideals, or how you've always approached relationships. The Hanged Man suggests that something within you needs to be released: an old pattern, a mental framework, or outdated expectations about how love should look. Letting go of these internal constraints can allow you to see this person through a different lens, to discover a new way of relating. What's encouraging is the appearance of the Magician, a powerful card of manifestation and creation. It shows that you have all the tools you need to move forward, but you must make a choice. There is a decision here. A beginning is possible. The energy shifts from pause to action. This period of reflection could be the exact preparation you need to embark on a deeper journey with this person. It's a chance to get to know one another in a more meaningful way, to open yourself to the experience of emotional intimacy. By allowing yourself to feel without judgment, you begin to reconnect with your authentic desires. Something new is unfolding here. Whether this is a new relationship or a fresh chapter in your emotional world, the energy feels like a green light. You may find your confidence returning and a readiness to say, yes, let's move forward and see where this leads. Regardless of the outcome, this connection offers growth, experience, and healing. But for this to happen, it's essential that you release what no longer serves you. Past disappointments, heartbreaks, or rigid ideals may be standing in your way. To receive what's meant for you, you must create space for it. I also sense that you're in a period of deep introspection about relationships in general. You may be questioning what connection means to you, how vulnerability feels, and what kind of emotional life you truly want to build. This inner work is vital. It shapes the energy you carry into your next chapter. Trust that you're being guided, and remember that love, whether new or rekindled, always begins with your willingness to be open, present, and true to yourself. As this reflection continues, you may begin to notice how much you've grown emotionally. The connections you attract now are different because you are no longer the same person you once were. Your energy has shifted, and with it, the types of people and experiences you draw into your life are transforming. This is why the emotional impact of this bond may feel stronger, more meaningful, or even more intense than what you're used to. It's not just about chemistry or attraction anymore, it's about alignment, about the deeper resonance between souls that invites healing and evolution. The universe is asking you not only to receive love but to redefine what love means to you. Take this time to be honest with yourself about your emotional needs. What do you truly desire from a relationship? Do you feel seen, valued, and respected? Or are old patterns resurfacing, asking to be acknowledged and released? The Hanged Man urges you to surrender to this moment without trying to force clarity or control. Allow time to reveal what needs to unfold. Remember, the Magician has already shown up, which means you are fully capable of co-creating your future. You are not powerless here. You are simply being invited to lead from the heart instead of the head. If this connection feels challenging, ask yourself what it's teaching you. Is it helping you heal from the past? Is it showing you a new way to love, one that involves more vulnerability, more trust, or more presence? Sometimes the people we meet are mirrors, reflecting the parts of us that are ready to be healed. That doesn't mean the journey will always be easy, but it will be meaningful. This is not about rushing into something or defining it right away. It's about being open to the possibility that this experience can shape you in beautiful, unexpected ways. You're standing at the threshold of emotional renewal, Sagittarius. There's a soft invitation here to step forward with curiosity, not certainty. You don't need to know where the path leads, you only need to be willing to walk it with an open heart. Whether this turns into a lasting bond or a sacred lesson, it is here to help you grow. And growth, even when uncomfortable, is a sign that you are moving forward. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And above all, allow love in all its forms to reach you. Let's see what else is present for you in this reading, Sagittarius. We're tuning into the energy of your sign, and what's showing up now is the Page of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Lovers. There's no doubt that you're facing a significant situation related to relationships, whether you're currently in one, moving toward one, or contemplating the idea of connection altogether. What I sense here is that you're being invited into a space of emotional growth, yet it doesn't come without challenge. This moment in your life seems to be stirring something within you, asking you to reflect deeply. We can interpret this reading in two distinct directions. On one hand, it could be that you've recently met someone new, someone who has started to shift your inner landscape. This person might be prompting you to question long-held beliefs, to reevaluate your openness to connection, and to ask yourself whether you're truly ready to explore this bond. There is newness here, a fresh emotional energy, and it suggests that love or intimacy may be entering your life in an unexpected way. At the same time, the cards are inviting you to stay flexible, especially when it comes to differences. Perhaps this person thinks very differently from you, or sees life through a contrasting lens. That difference in perspective is exactly what you're being called to examine. The Page of Cups encourages emotional openness and innocence, but the presence of the Two of Pentacles shows that you may be trying to find balance between what you feel and what you think is practical. There's a part of you that is curious and drawn in, and another part that hesitates, unsure whether this connection can truly grow into something fulfilling. The Ten of Swords, arriving as a closing card, speaks to the end of a mental cycle. It suggests that you're being asked to release outdated ways of thinking, particularly around how you approach love, vulnerability, and emotional partnership. Perhaps it's time to let go of rigid expectations, or stories you've told yourself about what relationships should look like. You're being guided toward a shift in perception, one that helps you see not only this person but yourself in a new light. This reading also reflects an inner dialogue about the type of relationships you want to cultivate. What do you truly value in a connection? What are you no longer willing to compromise on? Sagittarius, you're entering a phase filled with emotional clarity, but it may come wrapped in surprises, emotional tests, or choices you didn't anticipate. These shifts are necessary not to destabilize you, but to awaken you. Some of you may find yourselves falling for someone who challenges your worldview, who forces you to confront patterns you've outgrown. For others, this could be a connection that, while intriguing, brings more anxiety and emotional instability than peace. If the presence of this person brings tension or unsettles your inner balance, then perhaps the message here is to step back. That's why it's important to take time for yourself, to reflect deeply, and to ask the hard questions: do I truly want to engage with this person? Do I feel emotionally safe in this connection? Am I growing or shrinking around them? The Hanged Man and the Ten of Swords, when taken together, could signify the moment of choosing to walk away not out of fear, but from clarity. You may come to realize that you and this person hold different core values, and that maintaining the connection would require too much compromise. If this relationship makes you feel restricted, if you sense your freedom is being limited or your energy feels heavy in their presence, then perhaps it's time to release it. Sometimes people enter our lives not to stay forever, but to help us see something vital about ourselves. And that, too, is a sacred purpose. You may also feel that this person is moving too fast, assuming a level of closeness that hasn't been earned yet, and that can feel overwhelming or even invasive. In that case, the healthiest path may be to honor your space and make the decision to step away. That's why this reading could apply to two different groups of Sagittarius. For some, this is a budding connection worth exploring, one that invites a shift in how you experience love. For others, it may be a brief but important encounter that shows you what you no longer want to carry forward. Either way, the lesson is real. The growth is real. And your intuition already knows which direction is meant for you. This is a powerful turning point for you, Sagittarius, not just in your relationships but in how you relate to yourself. Whether you're navigating the excitement of new love or the release of an emotionally draining connection, the underlying theme is the same: transformation through awareness. You're being called to reclaim your emotional truth. To pause long enough to ask yourself, what kind of love am I truly aligned with now? What feels nourishing, supportive, expansive? And equally important, what no longer resonates with the person I am becoming? Sometimes we outgrow patterns before we realize it, and the universe gently, or not so gently, nudges us to notice. That moment of inner discomfort, of questioning, of conflict, it's not a sign of failure. It's a signal of awakening. This is your inner guidance system reminding you that your heart deserves to be honored, not ignored. Your freedom matters. Your peace of mind matters. And love, real love, will never ask you to sacrifice your sense of self in order to be accepted. If you're feeling torn, uncertain, or emotionally unsettled, give yourself grace. You don't need all the answers right now. Sometimes clarity arrives only after you've had the courage to sit in the unknown for a little while. That space of stillness, though uncomfortable, is fertile ground for emotional growth. You may find that the answers you've been seeking begin to rise naturally, once you stop trying to force them. And remember, not every connection is meant to be permanent, but every experience has meaning. Some people cross our paths as mirrors, others as lessons, and a few as soul-level companions. No matter which one this is, it is part of your evolution. Trust that even if it doesn't unfold the way your mind imagined, your soul is still receiving exactly what it needs. You are not alone in this process. The universe is supporting your healing, gently encouraging you to choose what is aligned with your truth. So take this time to reconnect with yourself. Spend time in stillness, in nature, in self-reflection. Write down your thoughts. Listen to your heart without judgment. Give yourself permission to change your mind. Allow yourself to feel what you feel: the joy, the confusion, the release, the relief. This is how healing happens. Not in a straight line, but in layers. Slowly. Gently. Authentically. Sagittarius, your journey forward is unfolding one conscious step at a time. Trust your timing. Trust your inner knowing. And above all, trust that the love you're seeking is also seeking you, but it will find you only when you're ready to receive it with both hands and an open heart. Thank you so much, dear Sagittarius, for sharing this moment of reflection and clarity with me. I hope this reading has offered you insight, comfort, or perhaps just a gentle reminder that you're not alone on your journey. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to support the channel by clicking the like button. It helps more beautiful souls like you find these readings. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll always know when a new message is ready for you. I would also love to hear from you, so feel free to leave a comment below and share how this reading spoke to your heart. Until next time, take gentle care of yourself, stay open to love, and keep listening to the quiet wisdom within you. Sending you love and light always.